Ramblin' Man, Moto, and Drone. So my little rant on bicycles has brought out the usual. Some of it's not the usual, but much of it's the usual tripe you'll hear from the bicycling crowd. And of course, some of you say you ride motorcycles and bicycles. I said the same thing. I don't ride them on my bike on the road. I did mountain biking for many, many moons. And, still do it occasionally, but I used to do it a lot. But never on the road, because intelligence told me being on a 55-mile-an-hour road probably wasn't safe, and I didn't enjoy it anyway. Whoa. So, I'll leave the comment section open there. And we're getting the usual, bikes are better for the roads, we pay our taxes, we pay other taxes, don't give us that insurance crap. I'm not sure why that's crap. As if bicycles can't cause an accident when they're on the road by negligent behavior. I've come around the turns and seen bikes 3 or 4 across holding up traffic. Someone compared it to the Amish and their wagons. Well, the Amish and the wagons, like, one thing you want to be as a rider and as a driver is predictable. And on a 2-lane country road at 55 miles an hour, out here, you do not expect to come around the corner and see an Amish wagon or a bicycle. And you won't see an Amish wagon. They tend to be, in certain parts of the country. If I go in Virginia, there are certain parts of the state where I know I'm going to encounter an Amish wagon. And by the way, those things are often the size of a dump truck, right? Or a huge pickup. They're huge. And no Amish guy has lectured me about how they are so wonderful because they don't tear up the roads and they're saving the environment. They're special. I have not heard one Amish person give us that lecture. So no, I don't consider them the same. They're much larger in size. You can easily spot them, and they're predictable. The bicyclists, on the other hand, just want to give you the lecture that it's not unreasonable to expect this. Well, yes, it is unreasonable. You want to be predictable and visible. People said that the cars can say the same thing about motorcycles that I said. Only small parts of it. No motorcyclist is telling cars to slow down and not be in such a hurry because I'm riding my motorcycle and that's my hobby. I'm not doing it because it's for exercise. I'm not doing it to save the planet. I have license plates so you can identify me if I do something illegal. I carry insurance. I have a license. None of these things can be said about a guy on a bicycle. I just stopped for gas and decided to do a quick check on my YouTube comments, and of course the pro-bicycler crowd, boy, they just can't abide somebody not agreeing with them. Long post I don't even care to read, justifying why this road makes perfect sense to have a little bicycle. No, I don't share the same issues with visibility that you do. I'm moving much faster. People expect motorcycles to be out here. I act in a defensive manner. All the bicyclists do is complain and complain and complain that other people aren't looking out for them, and there's nothing they're really doing defensively except complaining. Whereas our every maneuver, every position on the road, every time we do anything, we're looking at what do we do. You guys sit over here or take up the whole road and then want to lecture us how wonderful you are that you're a bicyclist. I'm not going around telling people I'm saving the planet and I have less impact on the road. Well, so does a unicycle. So does a skateboard. Maybe they should be out here. Skateboards are safe. for the planet. Let's get a skateboard. How about rollerblades? How about some roller skates? Those are less impact, and that's got to be a lot of fun hobby. Nice paved areas. Have some rollerblades out here. How come we don't people walking on this road right here? It's just anything you say to this crowd, they've got their talking points that they want to spew, and they just can't abide that somebody doesn't worship them, or we're not as enlightened as they are. And that I'm not even going to go through the foreign countries I've traveled to, because I don't need to justify myself to these people, but they all think they're more enlightened than you because they have come from countries where bikers are more protected. They think they're more enlightened than you, don't you know, because they're doing good for the environment. And it would be better for traffic. Well, by golly, it would be better for traffic if we had 100 bicycles on this road, because then people wouldn't be in cars and we'd be stopping to deal with the 100 bicycles that are here on the road. See, that's what you're supposed to think. That if only more people would bike, and hey, this guy who's worked hard for this beautiful piece of land, let's take that land from him and make bike lanes. But the bicyclists think it's insane for you to suggest that they get licensed, have a license plate, insurance, registration. No, they shouldn't have to do that because they're special. They don't do anything wrong. Why should they need insurance to be on the road like we are? And why should they need a license to be aware of the rules of the road they're supposed to be following? We're just not enlightened as they are. I really love how I've struck a nerve with these guys. They are a vocal minority who all are convinced, it seems, how special and enlightened they are. And if you don't agree with them, well, you're just wrong. You can't admit when you're wrong. I don't know what we're wrong about. I said it's stupid and dangerous to be on a 55-mile-an-hour road riding a little bicycle, wearing your little helmet. And they somehow want to tell me why I'm wrong. And that we're all in this together. No. Cyclists tend to hate people like me because they think we're just blowing loud exhaust. And then, you know, hey, some of the audience are saying they ride bicycles. Hey, I do too. I ride a mountain bike and love it. But I'm smart enough to know it doesn't belong out here on a 55-mile-an-hour road. And no amount of weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth about how special you are is going to make me change my mind. And to the arrogant, smug biker, that means I'm wrong. Because I'm not convinced by his wonderful argument that the world would be a much better place if everybody just rode bicycles like we live in China. And rather than go to one of these cities where they're biker friendly, no, they insist everyone must change for them. They built this ridiculous bike path from Richmond, Virginia to Williamsburg, tearing up beautiful historic property in the meantime. And you go out there and you got, you know, 10 people on a given weekend. You know, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's like nobody is using that to commute to work, right? It's just a hobby. And so to fulfill their desire, it's just like these trains. Well, I'm not going to detour on the trains and building these trains that never get finished. That trail got finished by tearing up historic land on Route 5 so that a few minority could enjoy a hobby and riding along on a bicycle. And they only want it to continue. By the way, no one is saying a bicyclist is rude. No one is saying a bicyclist isn't legal. I know it's legal. You guys have done a wonderful job of convincing legislators, liberal usually, how wonderful you are because you ride a bicycle. And most of these communist Democrats want us to be like China And part of that means and riding bicycles and public transportation. I get it. I know what you guys are all about. You don't like vehicles. You think everybody should be on bicycles. And we'd all live in a great commune. I get it. And if we don't agree, well, we're just not as enlightened as you are. It's really struck a nerve with them. I'm one guy on a YouTube channel with a few viewers, and my 4-minute comments or whatever it was has really bothered them. I have to get this motorcycle, have to take it to do a state inspection for safety. A bicyclist should have to do that. They want to be on the road and act like cars. We got to treat them like cars. But you say that, boy, they act like they're immune. Why should they have to do that? Why should they be treated like cars just because they're on the road? No, see, they're supposed to get special treatment because they're bicycles. They can't cause accidents, and they don't do anything wrong that you would need to identify them. So why do they need license plates? And you know, even if they don't own or drive a car, they know what the rules are. They shouldn't need a driver's license to be on a 55-mile-per-hour road on their bicycle or riding around in the city. Why should they have to get tested? You know, what a stupid idea I had. Because it's just assumed that they know what the laws are. I don't know why it's not assumed we know what the laws are. We have to register our bike. You know, I have the most interest in making sure this bike is running safely because my life depends on it, but I still got to pay a state inspector to do their cursory review, but not a bicycle. No, they are special. They are unique, and they are good for the environment, don't you know? So we should encourage everybody to ride a bicycle. And, well, if you don't like it, it's legal, so you can go to hell if you don't like that. This stuff of everybody can say the same thing about a motorcycle that I'm saying about a bike. About the only part of it is it's dangerous out here. Yeah, dangerous for cars, trucks. It's dangerous for everybody. We have a visibility problem. That's why I put LED headlamps and driving lights. That's why I paid to have a blinking light on my helmet when I slow down in the back. That's why I added new lights on the rear to make myself look larger. That's why I wear high-vis clothing. All to act in a defensive manner. What does the bicyclist do? They put a little round mirror so they can see coming up behind them. They wear a little helmet. Sometimes they have a flashing headlamp and brake light. Yeah, I'll give them that, you know. But a lot of them don't, which really surprises me. And that's about it, you know. They can't keep up with the flow of traffic. But what they have is they like to pedal under their own power and look at the beautiful area. Yeah, I get it. I saw one of those guys said it's an us versus them mentality of the bicyclist. Yeah, I'm not looking to peacefully coexist with people just, you know, doing stupid things. I'm not trying to enable stupid behavior. And, you know, can we say the same thing about a motorcycle? Yeah. I have never told a car, hey, don't be in such a hurry, I'm taking up the road. I've never told a car driver how wonderful I am because of my hobby and that everybody should be doing it. You know, I just do my thing. I've never forced automobiles to go from 55 miles an hour to 5 for a 1 mile stretch because I enjoy my hobby. It's not the same. And, you know, there's the people that will say, well, the problem is not the bicycle is on the road. It's that people aren't paying attention. They're on their cell phones. They are distracted. They are texting or whatever they're doing, right? Eating food. Well, knowing that and knowing you're not going to get it to change, you have a decision to make. And yet people keep putting themselves in that position and expecting others to adapt to the fact that they keep wanting to do those things, well, you kind of lose the right to complain when your only retort is that it's legal. It's legal. I pay my taxes, and if you don't like it, oh hey, it's your life that you're exposing. And so when I say it's kind of stupid to be on this dangerous road, yeah, I get that people are distracted. Exactly. But no, actually, it's a smart thing. I guess I'm supposed to say it's a smart thing to know that and still be on the road. I think it's just the arrogance of it all. Like, I've not really encountered many motorcyclists that are so arrogant about, it is your job to look out for me, idiot. It's your job. It's very reasonable. Yeah, it's reasonable, but it's not realistic. It's what I call vision versus reality. Your vision is that everyone loves you for riding your bicycle, and we are all going to do our best to slow down and give you plenty of room while you enjoy your hobby. Well, it's not realistic. It may be your vision. It's not reality. And the motorcyclists adapt to this by either quitting their hobby, or they act in a very, very defensive manner when they're riding. What do you guys do? Lecture everyone about how we're not as smart and as enlightened as you, and that one day everybody should be riding the bicycle. You get it? So I just did a quick check on my YouTube comments on the bicycle rants continue, and I guess one of the commenters said that well, I didn't talk at all about the motorcyclists that run lights or run from cops. Yeah, that's not what the video was about. If I wanted to make a video about bad motorcyclists, well, I could Google and find hundreds of videos, probably already covering that. But that wasn't my video. That's not the purpose of my video. I didn't talk about drunk drivers driving their automobiles. I didn't talk about automobiles that tailgate. I didn't talk about automobiles that pass bicyclists too close. You're right. Duh. As if I don't know those people exist. But one thing's for sure. Almost all of those individuals carry liability insurance, have a license plate so you can identify them. They have a VIN etched into the vehicle so you could locate them that way. Bicyclists don't. So, it's just not the same to me. Funny how such a few comments can get them so worked up. Well, just to be clarify my comments, I guess. Everyone should know that there are bad automobile drivers. There are bad motorcyclists that drive improperly. There are truck drivers that don't do great things. Does that make everybody feel better? I'm aware of those things. So, because we have bad automobile drivers and motorcyclists, that means there should be no further commentary about bicycles riding down the road because everybody does something bad. How about that? Does that make everybody happy now? I think it's hilarious, all the emotion that topic generates. And their wish list is, if only people would not look at their phones, if only people would pay attention, if only this and that. Well, yeah, you're living in a dream fantasy land. The problem they'll say with America is that our infrastructure sucks. Yeah, I don't consider our infrastructure being made for the automobile as sucking any more than it was made for the pony and the horse and wagon. You know, there's progression. And to say, well, we weren't forward thinking enough that the roads should have been made for the bicycle. And hell, why not the horse? A horse is great for the environment. No, we progressed, we improved. We have automobiles to speed up the rate of travel. It's just the whole arguments I hear out of these people to justify them wanting to slow everything down and enjoy their hobby. When I go to another city and I see that they're biker friendly, I don't look at that and go, man, they have really made progress. I mean, we have the automobile, but you know, they've created bike paths. Why not rollerblade paths? Why not a horse path? Hey, if it's New York City or San Francisco, I get it, guys. If it's out here on this road, you know, it's your hobby. At this point, it's just a little hobby. In New York and San Francisco, it might seriously be a mode of transportation that needs to be done in a city of that size. Out here, it's your hobby, and you're insisting others be willing participants to allow your hobby. Hey, if you don't like motorcyclists, make your own damn video.